In my loneliness, I had learned to take my coffee to the park. Not because the coffee was good. It came from a little cart near the gate, and most days it tasted more like warmth than anything else. But that was enough. Warmth was something. I would sit on the same bench under a tree that leaned slightly over the path, as if it had grown tired and decided to rest there. From that seat, I could watch the world pass by without needing to belong to it. Couples walked past holding hands, young parents pushed prams and laughed at things only the exhausted seemed to understand. Older people moved slowly together, their steps matched by years of practice. And everywhere, there were dogs. Small dogs with fast feet and big opinions, old dogs with gray faces and patient eyes. Strong dogs pulling at the lead as though the whole morning belonged to them. Dogs who stopped to sniff every post, every patch of grass, every invisible message left behind by another life. Their owners talked to them in soft voices, silly voices, tender voices. Come on, mate. Leave that alone, Daisy. Good girl. Wait for me, old boy. I used to think I wanted someone beside me who could answer back. A woman to share breakfast with, someone to ask how I slept. Someone whose coat might hang near mine by the door I had tried. In my quiet way, I had signed up for things, accepted invitations. Written careful messages that took too long to send and were answered too briefly, or not at all. After a while, rejection stops feeling like an event and becomes part of the weather. You stop expecting sunshine. You dress for gray. That morning, I watched a woman walk by with a golden dog that kept looking up at her face. Not just once, again and again. The dog looked at her as if she was the safest place in the world. She laughed and touched the top of its head without slowing down. Something in my chest tightened. It was not jealousy exactly. It was heavier than that. It was the feeling of a room with no lamp on a table set for one. A front door that opened to silence and closed behind it. I looked down at my hands wrapped around the paper cup and realized I was tired of being brave about loneliness. I was tired of telling myself that wanting companionship was weakness. It wasn't. It was human. Maybe it was more than human. Maybe every living thing needs another living thing to notice when it comes home. A man passed next, alone except for a little black dog with one ear folded over. The dog trotted beside him with complete seriousness, like it had an important job. Every few steps, its shoulder brushed the man's leg. Not much, just enough. And I thought perhaps that was what I had been missing. Not a grand romance. Not some perfect answer to all the empty spaces. Just another heartbeat in the house. Another set of eyes looking up. A reason to walk in the morning. A reason to say, we're home now. Even if no one else heard it. The thought came so quietly I almost missed it. Maybe I was not the only lonely one. Somewhere, there might be a dog behind a wire door listening to footsteps pass and fade away. A dog who had learned not to hope too quickly. A dog with no one to call its name in that silly, tender voice people save for those they love. I sat there for a long time after that. The park kept moving. Leaves clicked, leaves shifted, people came and went. But something in me had changed direction. When I stood, my knees complained a little. and the coffee had gone cold, I dropped the cup in the bin and walked out through the gate. The animal shelter was not far. I had driven past it many times, always thinking of it as a sad place. And maybe it was. But that morning it felt like something else too. A beginning. At the entrance, I stopped with my hand on the gate. I did not know who I would find inside. A nervous little dog. An old one. A scruffy one with tired eyes. Maybe one who would not trust me at first. Maybe one who needed patience as much as I did. But for the first time in a long while, I was not thinking only about the empty place beside me. I was thinking about the comfort I might give. And as I walked toward the shelter door, my heart still felt heavy. Only now, it felt heavy with room.